pleasant day to each and every one of you, Hospitality Management students. Welcome to our class HM107, Fundamentals of Lodging Operations. So for today's lesson, we are going to talk about Module 1.1, which is the overview of hotel industry. This will be our first topic, this preliminary term in our class HM107. So as we all know, even before, during your first year, we've already talked about what is hotel industry, particularly what is a hotel. So as we all know, hotel industry is one of the most important components of a wider service industry. So they are catering for customers who want an overnight accommodation. Okay? So it is closely associated also sa tinatawag natin na travel industry and hospitality industry. So in this lesson, we are going to talk about more of a hotel. What are the different services being offered by the hotel? What are the challenges that the hotel industry encountered this past few years? So let's proceed. The hotel industry has evolved from its modest beginnings of families and small business operators offering a single bedroom or just a few guest rooms to the high-rise or resort-style properties of today that may contain thousands of guest rooms. So napag-aralan natin before sa THM01 and THM03 about the history of the hospitality industry. So, nung unang panahon, wala pa naman talagang mga hotels. They are just offering single bedroom. They are just offering a, let's say, a guest room sa mga taverns, sa inn, sa mga motel. But nowadays, due to the development, due to the globalization, and due to the modernization of our world, nagkaroon na ng iba't ibang klaseng accommodation properties o yung mga establishments na they're catering for travelers, they're catering also for business travelers, para nang sa ganon, they can have their overnight stay or even beyond that. Okay? So, para isa siyang maging short term or temporary stay ni guest doon sa particular hotel. So, it says here also that from the high-rise or resort-style properties of today that may contain thousands of guest room. So ngayon, di ba, napakarami ng mga franchise hotel, napakarami ng mga independently owned hotel, mga chain hotels na wherein they are being competitive sa industry. Nagsasabayan sila na makipag-compete sa isa't isa by offering different kind of services, from the luxurious ones, diba, to the high quality ones. And of course, these hotels have different grading or classification. They are hotels that they are being recognized as 5-star hotel, 4-star hotel, 3-star hotel, and so on. So, as we move along, it says here that lodging facilities can be classified by location, room rate, and number of guest room. So, the thing here is that ang isang lodging facilities or ang isang accommodation, hindi lang siya basta pinupuntahan ng mga tao just because gusto nilang magstay doon, gusto nilang mag-overnight stay, but it is also classified by their location. Let's say for example, you want a hotel near the airport. So nowadays, meron ng mga airport hotels. You want to visit a particular hotel sa malapit sa mga beaches, malapit sa mga resort, meron na ngayong resort hotel, meron ng mga beach hotels, 'di ba? So you want to visit a, let's say, mga accommodation na malapit ka sa nature, meron ng mga campgrounds na tinatawag. And syempre, depending on the location is also the room rate. So yung mga room rates na ini-impose natin sa bawat kwarto is nakadepende rin also sa type of guests na meron tayo. For example, we have a guest na galing sa government. So, we have a government rate para sa mga government officials. We also have rate for the corporate people. We also have rate for the free independent travelers. So, marami. So, may rate din tayo for the guests na on the spot sila pupunta para magpabook, which is the walk-in rate. So, a lot of things or a lot of rates are being imposed sa iba't ibang mga lodging facilities na to. And of course, the number of guest rooms. So, as we all know, di ba, sa bawat hotels, depende kung gaano kalaki yung hotel, they have similar or they have different guest rooms. For example, from a standard room, from a suite room, deluxe room, presidential suite, executive suite room, and all of those has a number. Depende. Kung small hotels yan, maybe they're only offering mga dalawang suite room or dalawang standard room, 5 deluxe room. So, depende sa pagkakatayo ng establishments. They can be also classified by the type of guests. So, yung mga guests natin, they are business travelers, pwede rin naman mga leisure travelers na all they want is to have a relaxation, pleasure, or enjoy the place. So, it can also be classified by the ownership and management alternatives. So, may mga hotels na they're independently owned. Isa lang yung may-ari. May mga hotels naman na they are owned by a corporation. Or ito naman mga chain hotels na meron dito sa bansa natin, meron din sa ibang bansa. Or there are hotels also na it is being managed by a management contract na tinatawag, na wherein gagamitin yung name ng hotel, the brand, the logo, at the same time, susundin yung standard procedure ng isang hotel. And of course, yung mga franchise hotels. So, when reviewing here sa figure 1.1, there are 4 major tourism industry segments. So, hospitality is composed of lodging and food and beverage operation. So, as you can see in the figure, si tourism industry yung pinaka nasa peak. At yung 4 na industry or segment na naka-under kay tourism industry are the hospitality, the retail stores o yung mga shopping stores na yan. We also have the transportation and the destination sites. So, sa 4 na yon, si hospitality industry yung pinaka-focus natin. Because under hospitality industry, doon nakapaloob si lodging at saka si food and beverage. But most likely, here in our subject, matatouch naman natin lahat ng mga aspects or segments ni tourism and hospitality industry. So, in addition to that, may mga sabi ko nga kanina, may mga tao na they are traveling for business purposes. That is why meron tayong tinatawag na term na MICE. So, MICE stands for, M stands for meetings, I stands for incentives, C stands for conferences or convention, and letter E stands for exhibit or exposition. So, most likely, yung mga categories na sinabi ko na yon is naka-under siya sa business travel. So, sila yung mga tao na they are going to a particular place para doon mag-conduct ng seminar, para umattend ng seminar doon, para umattend ng convention or ng meeting. So, in relation to that, syempre yung mga facilities. So, yung mga facilities na nilalagay natin sa hotel, yung mga pinuput up natin sa mga lodging operations na to, so it can be convention center, it can be a private retreats, as well as hotel. So, nowadays, may mga hotel na inside the hotel, meron na rin silang convention center. Meron na din silang mga meeting rooms, may mga seminar rooms na rin sila inside the hotel. So, lodging properties are a segment within the tourism industry. According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization or the UNWTO, a visitor is classified as a tourist if his or her trip includes an overnight stay or is classified as the same day visitor otherwise. So, kung natatandaan nyo before sa introduction of tourism and introduction to hospitality, meron tayong mga tinatawag na terms such as visitor, excursionist, and tourist. So, si visitor, according to the UNWTO, sila daw yung mga type ng turista na nagko-conduct sila ng overnight stay sa isang particular lodging establishment. For example, mag-i-stay sila for an overnight sa hotel, ang tawag sa kanila is visitor. So other term for that is the tourist and the excursionist. So pag sinabi nating excursionist, sila yung mga visitors o sila yung mga type ng turista na ang ginagawa nila is day tour lang. So kumbaga, hindi sila masyadong nag-i-stay sa particular destination, unlike ni tourist na pwede siyang magstay ng overnight, pwede siyang magstay ng 3 days, 2 nights, or even beyond that. Okay? So that is the term visitor. So the other component of the hospitality segment, food and beverage operations, includes businesses such as numerous types of restaurants that desire a profit. So syempre, under kay hospitality segment or hospitality industry, since we are offering services, so kasama din dito si food and beverage operations. So dito nakapaloob yung mga restaurants, yung mga bars, mga coffee shop, mga milk tea shops, anything that includes food and beverage. So many hotels offer food and beverage service. Venues and managers in these properties use the same management principles as their counterparts in commercial restaurants. So pag sinabi natin commercial restaurants, sila yung mga, ang aim nila is to earn profit. Kaya nga tinawag na for-profit restaurant. So example niyan is yung mga fine dining restaurants, mga let's say fast food chain restaurants, what else? Mga coffee shop, mga milk tea shop, na wherein itinayo ng mga business owners yun for them to earn profit, for them to earn money, and of course, for them to compete with one another dito sa ating industry. But aside from that, meron din tayong tinatawag na non-commercial food service operations or food service restaurants. So ito naman kabaligtaran ni for-profit. Sila naman po is non-profit service operations. Na wherein, ang example niyan is yung mga nasa school, mga healthcare facilities, mga militaries, na wherein people can consume meals away from their homes. So non-profit, ibig sabihin, hindi nila aim dito na kumita. Let's say for example, 'di ba sa ospital, hindi naman sila yung mga patients, automatic meron na silang mga meals na naka-include kapag sila is na-admit, kapag sila is na ospital. So sa military din, so meron din silang mga food service operations doon na kino-conduct. So that is for profit and non-profit food service operation. Next one is the retail shopping stores. So ano naman tong retail shopping stores? From the word itself, shopping. So dito naka-include yung mga souvenir shops, 'di ba? Yung mga retail shopping malls, yung mga markets na 'yan, yung mga nagbebenta ng iba't ibang mga products, okay? Na normally matatagpuan natin sila sa isang location or matatagpuan natin sila kapag tayo is nag-travel doon sa lugar na 'yon. So ito yung mga malls, 'di ba? Pag nagpunta tayo sa mall, napakaraming mga retail stores inside the mall na pwede nating pagpilian. So, syempre, kapag naglibot ka halimbawa sa Japan, di ba? Pag naglibot ka sa Korea, ang daming mga skincare shops na nagbebenta ng mga kung ano-anong products para mapaganda ang mga kababaihan at ang mga kalalakihan. So, those are the retail stores na tinatawag natin. So next one is the transportation services. So this includes airplanes, mga rental cars, trains, cruise ship, and other alternative ways that people travel between destination. So simply stated here that transportation, ang pinaka main purpose niya is to bring one people, or let's say to bring people from one place to another. Yun naman ang goal ni transportation. Para magkaroon tayo or para mapuntahan natin yung isang lugar, we need transportation services. And nowadays, napakadami na nila. We can book, 'di ba, sa mga airlines na 'yan para tayo is makapunta sa ibang bansa through the use of airplanes. We can even buy our own car, or we can rent yung mga rental cars na 'yan. We can ride a train, cruise ships, and a lot of alternative ways sa ating transportation services. And of course, yung destination sites na tinatawag. So, syempre, hindi kompleto si tourism and hospitality industry kapag wala yung destination. Kasi most likely, dun tayo pupunta. Kung saan yung lugar na gusto nating puntahan, it might be a location, it might be some places na nag-offer ng sports, cultural site ba yan, ethnic site ba yan, entertainment site ba yan, or kung may mga events na pwede tayong puntahan doon sa particular destination. So dito nakapaloob din yung mga activities na pwede natin gawin doon mismo sa destination or sa lugar na pupuntahan natin. The next one is the lodging or the hotel sector. So in its narrowest sense, the term hotel refers to the places with guest rooms for sleeping. So yun naman talaga yung pinaka-basic meaning ni hotel. It serves as a place na merong mga rooms inside na wherein we can sleep, we can relax, we can stay for a short time doon sa particular hotel. So as you can see in the picture, ayan, si Sofitel and si Melia Hotel. So pareha sila here, located sa Philippines. So at one extreme, some guests may select a lavish destination resort. So what do we mean by the term lavish? So pag sinabi nating lavish, ito yung mga luxurious, di ba? Yung mga bonggang-bonggang resort destination na matatagpuan natin. Usually sabi dyan, di ba, it is an exotic location. So in addition to what we call guest rooms, in addition to the sleeping rooms, mga recreational alternatives, food and beverage outlets, there are also numerous other luxurious amenities. So example niyan, yung pag nagpunta tayo sa Maldives, di ba? Yung mga resort o yung mga hotel resort doon na kitang-kita natin kapag napapanood natin sa television or even nakikita natin sa social media. We can also put an example, yung Greece. Ayan, pag nagpunta sa Greece, sa Thailand, ayan, meron din silang mga luxurious destination resort doon. And of course, sa iba't ibang bansa. Even here in the Philippines, meron din naman tayong mga luxury resorts such as Amanpulo, 'di ba? Yung mga pinupuntahan ng mga artista. If you're watching yung vlog ni Alex, so nagpunta sila ng family nila doon sa Amanpulo. So makikita nyo na aside from the place, they're also offering luxurious food and beverage restaurants. So the next one is the full service hotel. So ano ba pag sinabi nating full service hotel? So in addition to sleeping rooms, a variety of food and beverage services. These may include a la carte dining rooms, coffee shops or lounges, and room service and banquet facilities. So kaya nga siya sinabing full service. Ibig sabihin lahat ng preferred ni guest, lahat ng mga gusto ni guest na ma-experience sa isang hotel is ino-offer dito sa mga full service hotels na to. So from the basics, yung mga services, yung mga rooms, mga facilities, lahat sila is ino-offer ni full service hotels. So another term is the select service hotel. So si select service hotel, ang other term for that is the limited service hotel. So it simply provides sleeping rooms with no food and beverage service except perhaps a limited complimentary breakfast. So kabaligtaran siya. Kung kanina lahat ng mga services from spa, from gym, from the food and beverage and anything, matatagpuan natin sa full service, dito naman kabaligtaran. So sa select service hotel or sa limited service hotel, ito yung tinatawag natin na mga budget-friendly hotels. Okay? Na wherein, minsan gusto natin pag magta-travel tayo, magstay lang tayo sa mga budget-friendly hotels, 'di ba? Na mga affordable hotels na hindi natin kailangan magbayad ng sobrang mahal doon sa room na pinili natin. But then again, meron siyang disadvantage kasi a lot of select service hotel, wala sila masyadong restaurant inside or no restaurant at all. Or maybe they are just offering complimentary breakfast. Hindi katulad sa full service hotel na inside the hotel may mga restaurants, may mga gym, may mga shopping center, or may mga souvenir shops ka na matatagpuan. So, marami silang pagkakaiba din with regards to the amenities and the facilities. So, example niyan is the Go Hotels, ayan, sa Manila. At sa iba't ibang parts ng Philippines, meron ding Go Hotels. Another example might be the Sogo. Diba? Si Sogo, wala naman silang restaurant inside, but they are offering limited complimentary breakfast also. So, lodging alternatives. So, kung meron tayong full service at limited service, meron din naman tayong mga alternatives na pwedeng piliin kapag tayo is magta-travel outside the country or within the country. So, ito yung mga tinatawag natin na mga hostels. Diba? Yung mga hotels na located near the airport or other location. So, sinasabi dito that these are the sleeping spaces, some without private restroom facilities such as hostels, and others rented on short term ranging up to 6 or more hours basis at airports and other location. So, si hostel kasi, as you can see in the picture, good siya for, let's say, 4 persons and above, 10 persons and above. Kung gusto nyo na sama-sama kayong magfe-friends na sa isang accommodation, so pwede kayong mag-hostel. Kasi si hostel is an affordable and budget-friendly accommodation. Kaya nga lang, ang pinaka-disadvantage niya, some of the hostels, they have a public restroom na wherein a lot of people can access that kasi wala kayong restroom or bathroom inside the room. Aside from that, they're also offering short-term basis ng pagstay. It can be 6 hours, 12 hours, just like Sogo Hotel. You can go there for 6 hours, 12 hours. So, nakadepende din doon yung room rate na babayaran mo. Same with motels and inns. Okay, so this range of lodging options is still not inclusive kasi may mga iba't iba pa ring mga sleeping accommodations na pwede natin puntahan or pwede natin na i-check. For example, yung mga private clubs, casinos, mga cruise ships, mga timeshare condominiums. When we say timeshare condominiums, ito yung ang isang property is meron siya talagang specific owner, pero si owner pinaparentahan niya yung property niya na pwedeng i-rent ng ibang mga tao habang wala sila doon sa place. And of course, yung mga nauuso din ngayon, yung mga campground lodges. So, di ba ang sarap tingnan or let's say, ang sarap i-imagine na pupunta tayo sa isang exclusive area. Pupunta tayo or let's say, may experience natin yung nature. Tapos, mga naka-tents lang tayo. Okay? So, yan yung mga uso na ngayon sa hospitality industry. But because of the pandemic, so hindi natin muna siya magawa lahat. So, may mga pili lang na hotels or let's say, yung ibang mga hotels nag-ooperate na sila. Some of the hotels are still following yung strict protocols kung hindi pa sila pwedeng mag-operate. So, the lodging industry characteristics. So, paano ba natin i-characterize si lodging industry or si accommodation industry? So, we have several considerations. Number 1 is the room and physical attributes. So, nakakaapekto yan. Tayo as a tourist or kung tayo is madalas mag-travel before nung wala pang pandemic, we are always looking for the physical attributes nung kwarto. We are looking for the physical attributes nung hotel na pupuntahan natin. Maganda ba yung property? Maganda ba yung atmosphere? Maganda ba yung mga amenities, yung mga facilities? Modernized ba siya? Okay? So, ano yung team ng hotel? So, isa yun sa mga kino-consider din natin. Number 2 is the friendliness of staff. So, it is very important na ang isang hospitality industry, let's say, itong mga frontliners na to, tayo in the future, kayo in the future, pag nag-work kayo sa mga hotels, nag-work kayo sa cruise ship, sa restaurant, or other field of the industry, you have to be friendly sa mga guests ninyo. Okay? You have to be friendly, you have to be approachable, you have to be accommodating. Kasi yun yung term eh. Hospitality means merong warm welcome na tinatawag. The moment yung guest is pumasok sa establishment, sa hotel, sa restaurant, you have to say or you have to greet them. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. How can I help you? Because those are the things na kino-consider ng mga travelers, especially kung makaka-encounter kayo ng mga VIPs, 'di ba? Yung mga very important persons na yan na kailangan talaga i-exert natin yung high quality service for them. Because at the end of the day, sila yung mga guests na kapag natuwa sa mga services na binibigay mo, ino-offer mo, of course, mag-gain natin yung satisfaction nila. At pag nag-gain natin yung satisfaction nila, of course, di ba, sa susunod, i-consider ulit nila na mag-check-in sa hotel natin, na mag-dine-in ulit sa restaurant, na i-try ulit yung mga services. And the last one is the safety and cleanliness. Of course, aside from the physical attributes, aside from the, let's say, personality of the staff, mahalaga din na yung lugar na pupuntahan natin, yung hotel na pipiliin natin, yung accommodation na pipiliin natin, is malinis and safe yung lugar. Safe ka pagpasok mo at paglabas mo ng hotel. Kasi 'di ba nowadays, because of the pandemic, mas naging doble or triple pa yung safety protocol ng mga establishments. Because iniiwasan natin yung close contact with other people. That is why we social distancing. That is why they are limiting their capacity sa restaurant, sa hotel, sa malls, 'di ba? So, sinasabi natin dito na yung safety and cleanliness is also very important, and a lot of considerations can also be included in here kung ano yung mga maisip nyo pa na dapat kino-consider kapag tayo is mag-check-in sa hotel, kapag tayo is pipili ng hotel. So hotel managers recognize several other factors that impact their operation. So ano ba yung iba't iba pang factors na nakakaapekto sa operations or sa pamamalakad ng isang hotel? Number one is the inseparability of manufacture and sales. One cannot separate the manufacture or the production of the guest room with its sale. So dito, ang sinasabi lang natin, a room exists and is sold at the same site. Pag tayo pumasok ng isang hotel, meron silang i-offer sa atin na mga rooms as long as hindi sila fully booked. Okay? At yung rooms na yon, we can avail it, we can even book it at the same site. Hindi natin sila mapaghihiwalay. Kung existing si room dito, hindi natin siya pwedeng ihiwalay na doon natin i-claim. Let's say for example, nag-book ka sa Harvest Hotel. Alam mo na merong isang branch pa yung Harvest Hotel. Hindi mo pwedeng i-claim yung room mo sa pangalawang branch because ang binook mo is doon sa main branch. So, they are inseparable. So, example pa niyan is yung mga manufacturing sites. Ayan, na wherein halimbawa kapag yung mga automobile, mga shirt or television set, these products are typically manufactured at one site and are sold at another. The hotel's GM and staff must be experts in both manufacture and sales, while their counterparts in other industries must only be an expert in the production or sales function. So that is why hindi mo pwedeng ihiwalay yung mga sales people mo, hindi mo pwedeng ihiwalay yung mga tao mo in the sales and marketing sa hotel because somehow, 'di ba? Sila yung nagge-generate or isa sa mga nag-a-advertise ng hotel mo. So without them, without proper marketing strategies, so hindi naman mapupuntahan yung isang hotel. Next one is the perishability. If a guest room is not rented on a specific date, the revenue for that guest room for that date is lost forever. So syempre, meron tayong halimbawa, we have 10 rooms, kasi small hotels lang kunyari, or let's say a boutique hotel lang. So we have 10 rooms. So kapag hindi na-book or hindi nabili yung let's say 5 rooms, automatic within the day, that is perishable. Kasi di ba pag sinabi nating perishable, madaling masira. Hindi naman siya technically nasisira, pero we are losing the profit. We are losing the revenue na pwede natin kitain on that day. So, kung may 10 rooms ka at ang nabook lang doon is 5 rooms for that day, so yung remaining 5 rooms is perishable. Ibig sabihin, yung revenue niya is wala na. So, for that specific day. That is why a lot of hotels, kapag off-peak season, di ba, nag-o-offer talaga sila ng mga promos, ng mga discounts, para nang sa ganon, hindi maging mataas yung perishability rate ng hotel. So, repetitiveness, the steps involved in preparing a guest room for rental or producing a specific menu item are basically the same every time these items are sold. So, sinasabi natin dito sa repetitiveness, of course, kung ano yung ino-offer natin ng mga products, ng mga services, that will be the same products and services na i-offer natin every day. So, sinasabi natin dito na these routines or operating procedures allow for some standardization. Dahil merong repetitiveness, nauulit or repetition, kung ano yung services na provide mo for this specific day, is the same services na ipoprovide mo sa pangalawang araw. Diba? Kung may VIP guest ka ngayon at may VIP guest ka bukas, it should be the same treatment. Hindi pwede na porket alam mo na ang binook lang ni guest is single room, hindi mo na siya bibigyan ng high quality service. Hindi mo na siya papansinin kapag meron siyang mga requests. So, dito sinasabi natin that there should be a routine. At dahil may routine tayo, may pina-follow tayo na standard. And then, the last one is the labor intensive. So, in hotels, employees are needed to provide services and products. So, the hospitality and tourism industry is a labor intensive industry because we are exerting our efforts, we are exerting our time, our power, our authority, para nang sa ganon maisagawa natin yung mga services and products na to. So, those are the factors that impact the hotel operations. So, hotel departments. Meron tayong dalawang term na pag-uusapan dito, which is the line and staff departments. So, si line departments, they are directly involved in the chain of command. So, pag sinabing command, you are giving instructions, you are directing instructions na dito is nakapaloob yung mga managers. Okay? So, managers in these departments are responsible for making the direct operating decision. At yung operating decisions na yon has an impact sa success ng hotel. Kung magsasucess yung hotel or magsasucceed yung hotel rather, o kaya naman malulugi yung hotel. So, nakadepende yon sa mga managers at syempre, nakadepende rin yon sa mga employees. So, what are the example of line departments? So, front office, food and beverage, housekeeping, property operation, and maintenance. So, kung makikita ninyo, si line departments, sila yung visible. Okay? Sila yung visible kay guests. Kasi usually sila yung mga employees na they need specialized or technical assistance. Na manggagaling syempre kay staff department na later on pag-uusapan natin. So kung makikita nyo dyan, di ba, si front office, may front office manager, so hinahandle niya yung kanyang mga front office attendants. Same with the food and beverage, may food and beverage manager. Meron silang mga food and beverage attendants, housekeeping manager, meron siyang mga room attendants. And of course, meron din sa property operation and maintenance department. So, pag sinabi ni food and beverage manager na within the day, okay, na dapat magkaroon tayo or dapat maserbisyohan natin ng maayos lahat ng guests na magda-dine in sa atin. O sa darating na holiday season, dapat maibigay natin yung full effort natin sa mga guests kasi fully booked yung hotel. So, meron silang mga command na ipinapatupad at yung mga subordinates nila yung susunod. So, the next one is the staff department. So, sa staff department naman, or staff department rather, so may mga example tayo dito from the purchasing, diba? Purchasing department, they are in charge to purchase or to buy yung mga pangailangan sa hotel. Human relations or the HR department, they are in charge for their employees, diba? Sila yung humahawak sa mga employees. And accounting, so with regards sa mga financial aspect ng hotel. So example, food purchasing staff. So ano ba yung trabaho ni food purchasing staff? So sabi dyan, only buys items on the menu designated by the line department menu planners. So si line department menu planners, for example, si food and beverage manager, bibigyan niya ng command, bibigyan niya ng let's say direction si food purchasing staff na ito yung mga dapat mong bilhin. Okay? So, next example, human relations personnel. They do not hire and fire employees. Ang role nila is to provide personnel needed by line departments. So, si line departments, nangangailangan sila ng waiter, nangangailangan sila ng food and beverage waiters, nangangailangan sila ng FO. So, ang gagawin ni Human Relations or ang gagawin ni Human Resource Department, they are going to hire. Diba? Maghahanap sila ng mga qualified employees para nang sa ganon, si line department is magkaroon ng mga qualified employees and skilled employees. And of course, they are also providing technical advice about labor laws, about trainings and related specialized activity. So those are the examples from staff departments. So how about the current industry challenges? So lalong-lalo na ngayon, 'di ba? Because of the pandemic, because of the COVID-19 and other scenarios na nangyayari sa buong mundo, the hospitality and tourism industry is being challenged every day. Kasi hindi natin nakuha or hindi natin na-target yung dami ng turista na na-experience ng bansa natin noong 2019. So, kasi 'di ba may mga strict regulations si government or si IATF. There are travel restrictions, there are safety protocols na kailangan natin sundin. So that is why may mga hotels na talagang nag-lay off ng mga employees, 'di ba? May mga hotels na pansamantala nagsara, pansamantala na hindi muna nag-operate because sa area nila or sa lugar nila is hindi pa pinapahintulutan na bumisita yung mga turista. So what are these challenges? So number 1 is the management and operating challenges. So dito, some of the most important of this kind of challenge is the labor shortages. So, isa to sa mga tinitingnan talaga natin, si labor shortages. So, si labor shortage, dito sinasabi na there is a shortage or insufficiency of qualified candidates for unemployment. So, ibig sabihin, meron naman, madaming mga trabaho ang naka-open. Pero, hindi natin matagpuan or kakaunti or hindi enough yung mga qualified personnel o yung mga qualified candidate. Kasi syempre, di ba, hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-hire ng isang front office assistant kung alam mo na siya is lack of skills. Hindi niya kayang makipag-communicate personally face-to-face kay guests. Hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-hire ng food and beverage waiter or attendant kung hindi naman niya kayang i-perform yung mga skills na kailangan sa food and beverage industry. Hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-hire ng housekeepers kung hindi niya kaya or wala siyang enough knowledge for that particular job. Yes, merong mga trainings na pwede nating i-take. Pero syempre, once na nag-apply tayo sa isang trabaho, meron na tayong foundation alam na natin kung ano yung papasukin natin na trabaho. So, yan yung isa sa mga nagiging challenge sa hospitality and tourism industry. Maraming trabaho, pero hindi natin makuha yung mga qualified candidates kasi kakaunti sila or kulang sila. Cost containment. So, sa cost containment, sinasabi dito na we want to reduce the cost ng mga resources na ginagamit natin. Kasi nakakaapekto to sa, let's say, sa mga expenses ng isang hotel. That is why, due to the pandemic, maraming hotel ang nag-downsize. Maraming hotel ang nag-lay off ng kanilang mga employees. Kahit hindi sa hospitality industry, kahit sa tourism, or kahit sa aviation industry, sa airline industry. Because, sinasabi natin dito na nagre-reduce tayo ng mga employees kasi hindi na kaya ng hotel. Hindi na kaya ng establishment na pag-stayin pa sila kasi nga hindi na enough yung pumapasok na profit and revenue. Baka naman mas mataas na yung mga expenses compare sa kinikita ng isang hotel. Kaya nga ngayon, 'di ba, because of the pandemic, unti-unting binubuksan yung ating hospitality and tourism industry. Para nang sa ganon, yung mga hotels na to is matulungan nila yung mga empleyado nila. At hindi matuluyan na lahat ng yon or majority of that is tanggalin nila yung trabaho. So, increased competition. So, because of the modernization, globalization nowadays, nagiging strict yung competition sa dami ng mga hotels na nagtatayo sa iba't ibang lugar. So, what makes you different from others? Diba? Kung magtatayo ka ng sarili mong hotel, bakit kanila dapat puntahan? May existing hotel na mas sikat. Okay? So, another thing is the legal aspects of labor force. So, dito na-measure din natin, di ba? Yung mga laws and regulations na ano ba yung tamang pagpapasahod sa mga employees na nagtatrabaho sa hotel. Na dapat ba nabibigyan sila ng mga benefits katulad ng ibang mga nagtatrabaho sa ibang industry? Ano ba dapat yung mga trainings na dapat is kinukuha nila para magkaroon sila ng specialization pa doon sa field na kinuha nila? Number 2 is the marketing challenges. So, it is very important also na ma-determine natin na nakaka-capture ba natin yung market? Nakukuha ba natin yung attention ng market? Para sa ganun sila is mag-check-in sa hotel. Para nang sa ganun is mapuntahan nila yung hotels natin, maging interested sila. So, sabi dyan, properly managed hotels capture their fair share of the market. This becomes increasingly difficult to do. However, as competition increases, effective general manager must be aware of the marketing and sales issue that affects their properties and respond properly. So, itong mga challenges na to, dapat nakikita to ng top management. Si general manager, di ba? Yung mga managers per department, of course, the employees also. Para nang sa ganon, yung mga challenges is maging strength nila, maging opportunity nila para mas mag-grow pa yung hotel, para mas mag-succeed pa yung hotel. And the last one is the technology challenges. So, sa technology challenges, so sinasabi dyan, there is a rapid advancement in technology that have affected all the industries and lodging industry. So, sinasabi lang dito na talagang yung technology ngayon, lalong-lalo na hindi tayo nagkikita face-to-face. So, yung mga websites ng mga hotels na yan, yung mga booking sites na yan, they need to be, they need to be clear sa lahat ng mga detalye na ilalagay nila doon. For example, pupunta ka sa booking.com. Makikita mo doon na kapag gusto mong mag-book sa La Union, merong important details sila na nasasabihin. Ito yung mga safety protocols, ito yung mga important points na dapat mong tandaan kapag magta-travel ka ng La Union. So, ibig sabihin, through the help of technology, mas na i-deliver natin yung right information sa ating mga clients or sa ating mga guests. And syempre, dahil challenges siya, it is also a challenge sa mga employees na they are working with computers, they are working with this cell phone, they are working with this system. So, isa ring challenge sa kanila yun. So, that concludes our lesson. Module 1.1, the overview of hotel industry. So, if you missed some points in our lesson video, feel free to rewind this video in YouTube. And I hope you take down notes para nang sa ganon sa susunod nating discussion is maintindihan pa natin at mas marami pa tayong matutunan. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.